Hello,
Hi,
Beaties. It's your favorite ferret, Cheese Louise.
and Dot here today.
And today we're
Yeah.
that's a little loud. I should turn it down some more. Today we're doing something a little different. There we go. That's good volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go through a little thought exercise where we shoot for the moon, and we're gonna double Smash Ultimate's roster.
This would be the ideal Smash.
82 characters, not enough. We need 160.
Man, and if it could play with like switch outs too, that would be probably my favorite Smash.
Switch outs?
Yeah, like other fighting games like DBZ or like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, gotcha. Like a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting. Maybe the next Smash not Ultimate. The next Smash, if it's not a Ultimate port, they might do that because they need something to mix it up, right?
Right? Squad Busters, but better. Or not Squad Busters. Squad Strike.
What's Squad Busters?
It's a Supercell game.
Oh, okay. But the catch is the premise. We're doing it categorically. Now, what does that mean? It means there's 10 Mario characters up there. We have to add 10 more Mario characters. We're not just adding 80 third-party characters, right? Right.
Right.
So...
So no Goku?
No Goku. Well, I mean, I guess if we would add Goku, it'd be... Okay, that little asterisk on that. So we don't have to add, like, another Rob character. What does that even mean? So, kind of in a section down here, there's, like, miscellaneous Nintendo. So, like, a new Nintendo IP. So instead of Ice Climbers, you add a Golden Sun character.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we can choose which characters we do that for. I kind of have them sorted. The ones in this bottom row. Oh, you can't even see my cursor on stream. I should probably... no, it's fine. But Doc can see it.
Yeah.
You can see in that bottom row of the Nintendo characters after Pyra. Those are kind of what I consider the miscellaneous ones. Whereas, like, Inkling and Olimar, I think we should add another character from that franchise. But we don't have to. We could...
Yeah. No, I'm following.
Yeah. But the third party, each one we can kind of make the choice. Do we add another Sonic character, or do we add just another third party? Right?
Yeah, do we really need Alex?
Alex?
Steve and Alex from Minecraft.
Alex is already in, though.
Yeah, but she'd be a separate character.
Right, but we don't have to add another Minecraft character. Alex is like the worst character you could have picked, because that's just a normal name, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, Iron Golem?
You could have said Minecraft Alex, and I would understand. Like Minecraft Steve.
I don't know the Minecraft lingo.
Anyway. We're going to start out with Mario. And you can see this little roster builder. I forget where I get it from. I'm sure you can find it if you just, like, Google Smash Roster Builder. I downloaded it from the Smashboards, which I think is the source for it.
It's a good place for it.
Yeah. It's a little outdated. It's like, it was made, like, pre-Ultimate, so characters that exist post-Ultimate kind of aren't in here, but I kind of added some manually. You can add whatever character you want manually.
Okay.
But let's jump in to Mario. We got Mario characters. It pre-sorts by quote-unquote popularity. I don't know where they got those numbers from, but I'm gonna assume they're relatively accurate.
They look fairly accurate.
Yeah. So, if a character comes to mind, you can just shout them out. We don't have to grab them from this list. But the list is a good jumping off point. So, like, Waluigi, we add him, right?
Definitely. I don't see Piranha Plant on here.
He's right here.
Oh, he's up at the top. Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, this is the Smash Ultimate roster. So let's drag Waluigi in. He's going to replace Mario, right?
Yes. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
It's not going to fill in the blank.
Correct. Yeah. There's not room to actually have the roster and a doubled roster on here.
All right. You've got to have Toad.
Toad, we add. And we are off right away to something that I have some opinions on.
I think Paper Mario has a different kit than Mario. Like, more than Dr. Mario.
So here's the thing. I think all 3 Mario RPG franchises each deserve a character in.
Like Mario Kart?
No, Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi, Paper Mario.
I've never played a Mario and Luigi game. What is that? Like, I know... What's, like, different about it?
It's more about, like, dodging attacks by jumping instead of, like, guarding. Your party is always Mario and Luigi.
Okay.
Numbers get a lot bigger than Paper Mario in the Mario and Luigi series. I would say I like Paper Mario better, and the only Mario and Luigi game I've played is Superstar Saga, and that was pretty recently. But yeah, they're good, and they just announced a new one, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Did you not see the direct?
I saw it, but I was like, everyone's like, oh, a new Mario and Luigi game. Like, oh.
They're good.
Okay.
At least the one I played is good. I'm actually going to start streaming a new one today.
Nice.
Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Yeah. But I think when it comes to a Paper Mario character, I don't think you should pick Paper Mario himself. I think you should either pick a villain or a partner.
Who's iconic enough for a Paper Mario, though?
So, the most popular partners are Goombella, who I do think is a solid choice, or Vivian.
I was thinking Crocodile Hawk.
Rockhawk?
Rockhawk, yeah. He actually has, like, I could see him having a move kit.
He's not significant, and also, the major thing he would have going for him is like, oh, he's a pro wrestler. We already have our pro wrestler Smash character.
You only get one?
He can have more, but he doesn't add anything. I put in a strong vote for Vivian.
I wouldn't mind Vivian if you had to pick out of all the...
And like anything that you were going to do with Paper Mario, like, oh, he folds, he swings his hammer, you can just give it to Vivian. She's just representing Paper Mario. She can do her Vivian things and the Paper Mario things.
Right, and then she already has some moves to use.
She's pretty low on this list, so I'm just gonna type to find her. There she goes. So we're agreed with Vivian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a different character in Paper Mario.
Yeah. Also, I love the idea that if she ever like jumps, her tail still stretches to the ground. But if she gets hit, the tail does not touch the ground.
Okay, only when she's like in control.
Yeah, and if she like jumps off stage, her tail doesn't like shoot into the abyss. Obviously, it wouldn't have a hurt box because that would be awful. Oh, get out of here. Okay, that's better. I think Gino's a good choice for Mario RPG.
I think so too, if you're gonna pick more.
And just while we're in the headspace of Mario RPGs, I think the Mario and Luigi character, while I've only played the one game, I think the best choice is Fawful.
Okay.
He's like a recurring villain.
Alright,
And
yeah.
he has like a really weird speech pattern. He's just a really goofy, crazy guy.
Yeah.
You ever heard like, I have fury?
No.
No? Well, he says that.
He has the fury.
He has fury. Alright. Well, that's my pedestal that I was on for Mario.
For Mario and Luigi.
Yes.
I think Birdo's iconic enough, and Toadette.
Yeah, well, I think Toadette fits in fine as a Toad alt. I don't think we had Toad and Toadette.
Okay.
Do you think Pauline fits?
I mean, she's from the original Mario game, and she's in Odyssey.
Yeah, and they've been adding her to spin-offs. She's in the new Mario Golf and Strikers. Although I was surprised to see she did not get announced for the new Mario Party. Maybe she's an unlockable character.
Right? 'Cause they're adding Rosa. I don't see why they wouldn't add Pauline.
Yeah. Do we want to add Pauline?
Yeah.
Yeah. Birdo... Birdo is in a lot of stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's like a meaningful addition. I feel like there's better choices.
Yeah.
Unless you really like Birdo.
I mean, it's just another Mario. Like, it'd be like Yoshi.
Alright, I'd say we should add a Luigi's Mansion character. I'd say either EGAT or King Boo.
I mean, King Boo would kind of go with Piranha Plant. Like in
Yeah.
that random. Oops. Like
Well,
King
I
Boo's
mean,
been around a long time.
King Boo's like he's a character that people like.
Mm-hmm. He was in Mario Kart for a long. Yeah. In Double
Yeah,
Dash.
he looks a little different in Luigi's Mansion than he does like in Mario games.
Yeah,
Because
but
like in Mario Kart, he's just a Boo with a crown on, but in Luigi's Mansion, he's got like a jewel crown, and you can kind of see like those. He has like really dark eyes, and they like glow purple.
he has a lot more personality in Luigi's Mansion.
So we say King Boo over Egad.
Yeah.
Throw him in. Also, do we want to? I kind of want to cheat and like lump Yoshi in with Mario, and the reason is I actually want 2 Yoshi characters.
Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be different? You can't have 2 Yoshi characters.
Alright, my argument is in Smash 4, where they did like they sorted the roster by series, they put Yoshi in the middle of all the Mario characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in Sakurai's eyes, he counts. And also one of the Yoshi characters I would add is basically a Mario character.
What do you mean?
Kamek. Here, let me... See, he's the #1 pick. Like,
Yeah.
he's the main villain of the Yoshi series, but he's just a Mario character. But I feel like if you add him, you give him the Yoshi icon, right?
I mean, you could. Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna move Kamek over, like, next to Yoshi. So he's, like, in between, right?
Right.
And the Yoshi character I actually want is Poochie.
Has he been in more than one?
Yeah. He's in... I think he's in every Yoshi's Island game. I know he's at least in Woolly World and Crafted World and the original Yoshi's Island.
We got the Pikmin music.
Yeah.
Nice.
You want me to... I can skip it if you want.
No, it's a good Pikmin song. How would you even have a moveset for Poochie?
But you can do whatever he wants.
We'll have Poochie and Ochi.
Yes. Hey, don't spoil my Pikmin
Okay.
pick. But yes, I do like the idea of adding Poochie and Ochi. Even though I just argued you can't have 2 pro wrestlers. Yes, add 2 dogs. Do it. You can replace King Boo with Polterpup too if you want.
How do we not have Shy Guy in any of this?
I mean, we could add Shy Guy. Do you think we should add Shy
I
Guy?
feel like Shy Guy gets in before Poochie.
Oh, as a Yoshi rep?
Or as, I guess as a Mario rep.
Alright, I guess Kamek can be the Yoshi, and then Shy Guy can be a Mario rep?
Nice.
Which I disagree with, I say Poochie, but that's fine. It's not dictatorship, it's fine. I'll make concessions. But we do still have one more Mario slot. And, like, I've gone through this before on my own. Like, not on stream, but just kind of, like, thinking about it. And I've scrolled through this list, and there's one option down here that pops out to me.
Rabbit Peach.
No.
Actually a pretty good character.
And it is far down here, but I think it's such a good idea. Koopa and Goomba.
Oh.
Right? Like, they have Piranha Plant, which is such an odd choice. And their logic is like, well, everyone knows a Piranha Plant. It's so iconic. Piranha Plant is not the iconic Mario enemy. Both Koopa and Goomba are the iconic Mario enemies. But they, like, don't kind of fill out a moveset. But I think together, they could.
Would you have him switch?
No, I think they'd be, like, joined at the hip, kind of like Duck Hunt.
Okay.
Like, they're just kind of stuck together, and some characters do some moves and some do others. And some are like a joint effort, like, oh, side B, the Goomba jumps on the Koopa and it shoots the shell forward or something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think it's a cool idea as a character.
Yeah, so that fills out Mario, unless there's any burning Mario choices that you have that you think we should sub in.
Elephant Mario?
No. Good ones only. Like, an argument could be made for Birdo, but, like, I say we only add Birdo if you actually like Birdo.
Birdo's okay, but I feel like there are other Mario characters.
Yeah, I feel like... Oh, let me fill up the black space on screen there.
Like, Birdo could easily be another skin for Yoshi.
I don't think that would work at all, actually.
You don't think? Does Birdo not have the boots?
How's Birdo gonna use Yoshi's neutral B?
Oh, true.
I guess it could turn into, like, DDDs.
Like a suction.
A Birdo could be a Yoshi Echo, but that seems like a weird thing to do. And the only reason you would want to do that is because they get paired together sometimes in Mario spin-offs. Birdo's abilities are, aside from the fact they both use eggs, they don't, like, have any similar abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, if you got a strong argument for Wart or Nabbit, I'll hear it. I'm here.
No, that's okay.
Okay, let's move on.
I'd rather have a rabbit.
Shy Guy is an interesting choice. Like, I'm kind of thinking of this as, like, we're on, like, the dev team, and we gotta, like, put together a roster to present to Nintendo and hope that they approve of our list, right?
Mm-hmm.
So... But it's also like, we want to make the fans happy. I think the fans would be happy to see Shy Guy.
I think so too. He's pretty well liked.
Yeah, I'd rather see Poochie myself, but I get it. I get the Shy Guy love. Wario gets one more character. I think the list is pretty accurate.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just Ashley.
As much as I want the little lizard guy.
Little lizard guy.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't know. What's his name? The one with the tongue.
Yoshi.
No, scroll down.
It's a little lizard guy. Oh, Piero? Is that what
Yeah.
He's a bird.
He's a bird with a giant tongue.
Yes. He's
Yeah.
not a lizard. He has a beak and wings.
He doesn't fly though.
Yeah, but that's because he's Piero.
That would be my favorite.
Piero would be funny, but I think they definitely do Ashley.
Yeah.
Like, Ashley is, like, more iconic than WarioWare. It's weird. Donkey Kong. Gotta add 3. I think it's pretty straightforward. I think the list is correct. K-Rool's already in, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Any disagreements on those 3?
No Lanky Kong.
I
feel like, yeah, that's kind of interchangeable.
I say Dixie and Cranky are, like, the best picks. I think Funky's debatable. I know people like Funky, but his build is so similar to DK's. Like, what do you do with him?
Yeah.
You can make a different moveset, but, like, does it feel right? We could go Lanky instead of Funky.
Yeah.
People like Lanky.
He could be an even stretchier version.
Yeah. Min eat your heart out, except not really. Min would obliterate Lanky Kong.
Yeah.
Alright, Zelda. Now here's where things get a little less straightforward. That's gonna be a lot more opinionated, I think.
Should we get 6?
Yep. Impa, I think, is a good choice.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Be hard to pick which version.
either Skyward Sword or Hyrule Warriors. Or potentially, Age of Calamity.
Okay.
I don't think they have an Age of Calamity image on here.
I like the Skyward Sword one.
Yeah. So we'll throw her in. I'm not a big Skull Kid guy. Not that I dislike the character, I just don't see him having that draw in Smash.
Right, and even when he is in Smash, like in Smash-like games, he's not that exciting.
Yeah, I blame you, Beyond Melee. You put me off of Skull Kid because it's not very fun.
No.
Project Plus Remix sells me on a lot of characters. Beyond Melee did not sell me.
No. I could see Midna being ahead of that. If you could have like a Wolf Link Midna.
Oh yeah. I'm a big I don't know, you can call me a simp, I guess. I like Twily for Midna over Imp Midna. Even though she's only in the game for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But like Midna in some form, I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go Midna. I'd rather her be standalone than with Wolf Link, just on the premise of we have Link and Young Link and Toon Link.
Then thus you need all Link.
We don't need Wolf Link. I mean, it'd be okay. Or maybe they can do a Hyrule Warriors and she's like riding like just like a golden hologram wolf.
Okay.
Instead of just being Link.
Huh. But yeah, I think Midna over Skull Kid.
Or instead of riding him, like she just sends out the wolf for some attacks. That type thing.
That would be cool too.
I don't think any of the 4 champions from Breath of the Wild, I don't think they clear.
No, I think Rivali, if any of them.
I mean, my favorite's Mipha.
Mipha's cool.
I don't know. Have you played Tears of the Kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
I would almost propose, what's her name? Riju?
Mm-hmm.
The little Gerudo queen. She's probably my favorite character, but I don't know if she's a good choice for this.
Yeah, to have a whole character.
But it'd be like, oh, we could finally add a Gerudo. Well, I mean, we have a Gerudo. It's Ganondorf.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tingle clears.
Yeah.
I
Tingle would
think
be such a fun joke character.
Tingle's an easy choice. I do not think we do Toon Zelda.
No, I'd rather have Tetra.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say Tetra clears.
They remade Wind Waker.
Yep. Tetra's a good choice. We're kind of like representing different Zelda games here, right? Like, if we do Skyward Sword Impa, Twilight Princess Midna, Majora's Mask Tingle, Wind Waker Tetra.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vaati's a good choice. Even though I played Minish Cap and Vaati doesn't really have a strong character presence. He's just such a good design, and I believe we deserve a villain that isn't Ganon.
It would be cool to have a different villain.
Vaati, yes?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't really know who that is, but I'd rather have that than like Calamity Ganon.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even say it, but I think as a hard rule, no more Links, no more Zeldas, no more Ganons. I know some people are like, oh, I want Beast Form Ganon. I want Trident holding Pig Ganon. No!
Right.
Stop it. Alright, I have a wild throw out for the last Zelda pick. I say Lana.
Who is that?
She is the main OC from Hyrule Warriors.
What?
You know what Hyrule Warriors is, right?
Yeah.
You know what an OC is?
Like just artwork?
An original character?
Yeah, just somebody like sort of playable?
Yeah, she's the main new character from Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, okay.
So you use that term, so like Fire Emblem Heroes, right? It's a game that's all about the
Yeah,
like
I didn't know there
all
were
the
any.
different Fire Emblem characters, but a Fire Emblem Heroes OC is a character that's like original to that game.
Like that DBZ character.
Yeah, like Android 21.
Mm-hmm.
Very left field comparison for anyone watching. But we were playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. I just feel like you should have a Tears of the Kingdom or like Breath of the Wild rep.
That's valid. That is more important than repping Hyrule Warriors.
Or yeah. I'm just gonna put one of those in. I don't know who you put.
I say Riju then.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's big old bias talking. Or it could be Sidon. People like Sidon. Is Riju
That's
isn't
true, it
even
might
in
be
here, is she?
Sidon.
You know what? Let's put in Sidon. It's fine.
He's in both, and he's pretty.
I mean, we
Involved.
could do Urbosa if we wanted our Gerudo Queen, but I just like Riju better. But people like Sidon. I think he's a valid pick. Is he not in here?
No, we just keep scrolling past.
There we go.
The little text.
You could do Mipha over Sidon if you wanted. I like Mipha better, but like Sidon definitely has more presence.
Yeah, more popular.
I mean, like, he's more present in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, Metroid's a
Both
tough one. I think the easy first choice is Ravenbeak.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Metroid.
Oh, I gotta carry this then.
What is Ravenbeak?
He is like the main antagonist of Metroid Dread,
Okay.
and he's a Chozo.
Which is...
It is the thought to be extinct bird race that raised Samus.
Okay.
Like, they made the suit.
That's crazy.
But he's an evil Chozo.
Uh-oh.
Metroid Dread spoilers, I guess. Just forget about it. Don't think hard about it, and you will not remember by the time you play Metroid Dread. I think Ravenbeak's a great choice. Also, he's very common. Like, if you were to ask people, oh, what Metroid character do you want? Ravenbeak is a very popular choice, so you're gonna run into that spoiler. It's not my fault.
All right.
Sylux was just confirmed to be in Metroid Prime 4.
Oh man.
I think Sylux is an easy choice.
Who is that?
He is from Metroid Prime Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not played Hunters. The whole thing about Metroid Prime Hunters is there's like several different playable characters. It's not just Samus. And he's one of them. And to my knowledge, he's not like especially noteworthy in Hunters, but he was teased in the secret ending of Metroid Prime 3. His like ship is just like there, and you're like, what's Sylux gonna do? And then they didn't make another Metroid game for a long time. And then he was also teased in the ending of Metroid Prime Federation Force. And now he's finally confirmed to be in Metroid Prime 4. He's got to do something.
Bound to happen.
I think we had Sylux. All right. So, have you ever played I guess you haven't played any Metroid, huh? Okay. Anthony Higgs is like the most noteworthy like Federation soldier in Other M. Besides Adam, but I don't want to add Adam. I say just Adam. Add Anthony. Just as like a Federation guy. I don't know. Metroid's tough. There are not a lot of good choices.
How come there's a Dark Samus Echo on here? Or like on the that we're filling in. There was no Daisy.
There was Daisy up here.
Oh, was there?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I have Echoes on here. I had Daisy and Samus and
Richter. Okay.
there's Chrom and
never mind.
Lucina, and I just don't put them next to their character they're an echo of.
Gotcha.
I try to move them as far away as possible.
So we gotta pick one more after Anthony.
Yes, and I have a wild suggestion for this one. I say Kraid.
Is that the crocodile?
That is the big monster that's in the background of Brinstar Depths.
Yeah.
And I would not have them be that big, but I would still have them be huge.
Too big for Smash.
So yeah, like add a too big character. Do it. Like a lot of fighting games have supermassive characters. Like I want to think that one like guy with the big claws in Under Night In-Birth. Have you ever seen them?
Mm-mm.
Or there's a lot of fighting games that have like characters that are way too big for the game that they're in.
Yeah.
And I say Smash should add one. I say like make him like twice as tall as Bowser.
That's huge.
And just have him be a big lumbering mess. It'd be a very odd matchup. They'd probably end up being bottom tier because they'd be combo fodder. Like they'd be super, super heavy, but like what does super heavy matter when you combo to 300 before they can do anything?
Right, they're fun. They're fun to play against and fun to play as.
Yeah. I think it's basically nth degree K rule, right?
Right.
Like they probably have armor on stuff, and they're very slow, but I say Kraid.
Yeah.
Alright, you still need to play Kid Icarus Uprising. Do you have any Kid Icarus opinions?
Not really.
Alright, I'm gonna say Viridian is the most important goddess after Palutena. And I like her, so, you know, I say add her. Medusa is like, she's the main antagonist of the original, and while she's not the main antagonist of Uprising, she is in it and significant to the story. You can make her a Palutena Echo if you want, or just make her do an Isabelle, like a pseudo Echo, pseudo clone, or just make her completely different. You can do that too. And I say Magnus, who is like he's like a noteworthy human. He's basically Hercules in that universe. Of course, he gets beat up by Pit a couple times because Pit's unstoppable. But he has like a massive club that he swings around. You've probably seen Magnus. He was an assist trophy in Smash 4.
Okay.
Just swings around a big giant club.
Not
There.
Hades.
I think Hades is way too complicated of a character design, and he would not look good moving around in Smash Bros.
Okay.
He is a likable character, but he's almost... Oh, I'm not getting DMCA'd for Snake Eater. What is this? Get out of here. Come on. There we go. What was I saying? Oh, I like Hades as a character, but he's like... His design is almost like Eldritch. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. And while he does have a 3D model in Uprising, I don't think it translates to Smash. I think it'd be too busy looking. It's like playing as a blob almost.
Gotcha.
Like a swirl of... He could work. I don't know. Do you want Hades over Magnus?
I have no idea.
I don't have that strong feelings about Magnus, but I just don't see Hades.
Okay.
Alright, F-Zero. Is there a choice?
Just Black Shadow.
Yep. I do say F-Zero does deserve a second character. It doesn't get shuffled into miscellaneous Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
The only argument I would see made is for Samurai Goro. Because he is one of the 4 original racers, and Black Shadow isn't.
Gets a sword.
Hey, and he has the sword. We need more of those. Speaking of.
Oh no.
Alright. I have a whole spiel about Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, Lynn's in there, right?
Lyn, yes. Lyn is easy choice.
Where's Tiki?
Tiki's in here somewhere. Have you played any Fire Emblems?
I played Awakening.
Okay. That's good enough. We're not... I know if I had this conversation with Moose, because I've like loosely had it with him, not on stream. But he's like, you gotta add Cynthia, because she's awesome. Like, we're not adding another Awakening character.
All the Awakening characters.
We're not gonna add 8 more Awakening characters.
But it's the best game.
Even if I adore that game, we're not going to do that. So instead, I say we use these slots to kind of represent as many Fire Emblem games as we can, with some exceptions.
Okay.
So, I think putting the cart ahead of the horse here, I think one character that like is not representing a new game, but she's iconic. I think we do add Tiki.
Right.
I do kind of lose the argument of like we gotta add a Manakete because we already have a Manakete.
What's that?
Corrin.
Oh. Oh, really? Corrin's a Manakete?
He turns into a dragon.
I mean, sometimes. I guess, yeah, that's it. I guess I never put that together. But he turns into, like, other stuff, too, or are they all dragon parts?
That's all him turning into a dragon.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think Tiki would operate the same way as Corrin, and Tiki wouldn't use a sword. He could probably pull a little bit from Fire Emblem Warriors. Because she wouldn't just, like, be a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She would, like, use dragon powers and maybe transform just a little bit, like, real quickly for, like, specials or something.
Like a comeback mechanic or something.
I don't know if we would do young Tiki or adult Tiki. Young Tiki's, like, the mascot of Fire Emblem, but adult Tiki's my wife, so...
Yeah, you can't just do different skins. You could do for Bayo.
But for young Tiki and adult Tiki, though, I don't think that would work.
Really?
Yeah, because she's like twice as tall.
Oh, I didn't realize they're that different.
Yeah. There's no icon for young Tiki, but just know I'm gonna throw Tiki in, but it could be young Tiki.
Yeah.
But I think that is the only like secondary character. I think the rest we had main characters. So I am gonna kind of lump Genealogy and Thracia together. I say they only get one character, and I realize you don't know any characters from those. I'm just gonna say Sigurd. He is very popular, iconic within Fire Emblem, not really iconic outside of Fire Emblem. Is Sigurd in here? There he is. I think that's what makes him unique. He rides a horse. Give him a horse in Smash Bros. Just make him a big giant guy. We're adding Kraid. We're just destroying character scaling in this one.
It'll be fine.
maybe he has a mechanic where he can get on and off the horse, because that is a mechanic in Thracia, but not Genealogy. But Sigurd is in Genealogy, but not Thracia. But you know what? He's repping both games, so it's fine.
It'll be fine.
That is not the first Fire Emblem game that is not represented. The first Fire Emblem game that is not represented is actually Fire Emblem Gaiden, which had a remake of Fire Emblem Echoes. Fire Emblem Echoes has 2 protagonists, but I don't think we add them as a duo fighter, because I think there is a duo fighter for Fire Emblem I want to add, and it's just not this one.
You don't want too many?
Yeah. I say we add Celica. She uses a sword and tomes. So I think she's like a speedy spell sword. So like not like Robin, but I think she's a... Yeah. Say it again. Speedy spell sword.
Isn't that broken?
Why?
I don't know. They made heroes slow too, so it must just be broken.
I mean, it's... by that logic, any fast character is broken.
If they had projectiles.
Fox?
He's broken.
We were...
It's fine.
You can balance it.
She can be broken.
She can be good, or maybe they chic her and like...
That's true. Just no kill power.
Speedy spell sword, she just can't do anything with it. I think Celica is the choice. Arguably, Alm is more the main character than Celica, but gender bias. We need more girls. Also, if anyone's played Fire Emblem Engage, you may notice I am picking a lot of characters that they chose to be emblems. Do you know anything about Fire Emblem Engage? Okay, so Fire Emblem Engage is an anniversary title, and it's kind of celebrating like the series history, and there's this emblem mechanic. So it's basically an item you equip that is a character from a previous game. So there's basically...
That's cool.
Which game is Engage? Is it Fire Emblem 16? There's basically one emblem for each Fire Emblem game. So like there's a Marth emblem, there's an Ike emblem. And it's pretty telling who they pick to be the emblem of each game. If you're curious, the Awakening emblem is actually Lucina. But there's a DLC Chrom and Robin together emblem.
Nice.
And who they choose for Gaiden is Celica. They choose Celica instead of Alm.
Okay.
And that's... I think it's for the gender diversity, but it's also... She just has more to offer than Alm. Alm just has a sword. Like...
Nothing too special.
Like Sigurd, I try to... You know, the horse mechanic. Do something to make him unique, not just another sword guy.
I think it represents Power Emblem too, doing that. You should have a Pegasus one too.
If you were to do a Pegasus, it would be Sita, which is Marth's wife. She's definitely the most iconic Pegasus rider. But I think Tiki's our only non-main character that we add. Sadly, there's no Pegasus riders that are like the main lord.
Really?
Yeah. Trying to think, what is after... Okay, so the game after Thracia is Binding Blade. We already have Roy, so we're good there. And then it's Fire Emblem 7. Lyn is the obvious choice.
Yeah.
She is way too popular. I know people beg for Hector.
Yeah.
Armor Axe Guy, it's a good idea, but I just think you can't override the popularity of Lyn. I'm sorry.
It's tough.
What is after that? Okay, next is Sacred Stones. This is where I say you add your duo fighter. There are duo protagonists in Sacred Stones. It is Ephraim and Erica. They are twins. In Fire Emblem Engage, and it's not a DLC emblem, they are a 2-in-1 emblem. So, like, you switch who the lead is, and you get different abilities. So, I say... I know it's in here somewhere. Spell Erica, right? Oh, it starts with Ephraim instead of Erica. There it is. Ephraim and Erica. So, I think how this one works... I don't think you do Pyramithra. Well, you kind of do it. You think of a cross between Pyramithra and Ice Climbers. So, it's Ice Climbers, but they have slightly different movesets from each other, and your down B switches who your lead is. But you can only switch your lead if, like, they're standing next to each other.
Okay.
right?
And you could separate them.
Mm-hmm. Like, imagine how if your ice climbers are separate and you try to up B, like it just kind of sits there and does nothing. If they're not close enough, or one's in free fall, like you just don't swap. It just fails. Because Erica, I would give her a rapier, pointy sword, and Ephraim uses lances, so you can give them similar but different. I imagine Erica would be more speedy, but Ephraim's like more power.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe less power and like more range.
But yeah, you can play around with it that way.
Because otherwise, why wouldn't you lead with the speedy character and it gets followed up by a powerful hit? So yeah, you think that works?
Yeah, that's cool.
Next is Path of Radiance. We have Ike. Radiant Dawn arguably is also represented by Ike, but it does have a new protagonist. Which is Micaiah, and she is a pure tome user. And something interesting about her is she has a unique spell where she can sacrifice her health to give to allies.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not a normal healer, but she can just like transfer her health. And I say that could take some form in like a counter move, like not like revenge, but imagine like it's a counter move where you take like double damage from the move, but it's an absurdly good counter. Something like that. I say we add Micaiah. Any opinions?
Yeah, that's a lot of Fire Emblem.
There is a lot of Fire Emblem. Okay, next game is Awakening, represented. Next game is Fates, represented. Next game is Three Houses, represented.
Mm-hmm.
Next game is Engage. I had to add it myself, but I do say we add a Lear.
Is that the new character?
Yeah, it's Colgate hair guy. He has the male and female version. Works just like Byleth, Robin, Corrin. But his unique thing is he uses swords, but he also uses fists. There's just like a punch type weapon in that game, and his default promote can use it.
That's different.
So I think you can do some unique stuff with that. Like, there's no real like punchy swords in Smash, right?
I don't think so.
There are punchers, there are sworders. There's no like swordy punchers.
Ganon, I guess.
Eh.
He has a punch, and I guess it's more of a.
And you may notice we have one more slot, and there's only one mainline game that's not represented, which was Thracia, that I skipped on purpose. That's because I want to represent Fire Emblem Heroes.
Okay. Is there OC for that?
There's a lot of OCs for that.
Oh, really?
The main OC is Alphonse, but I think he's super boring. He's just sword guy.
Uh-huh.
His sister uses a lance, which we could do, but basically their mascot, who was like the main villain for a while, but she's not anymore, is Veronica. She was the app icon for a long time, and she keeps being relevant to the story, and she keeps getting ults a lot. I say we add Veronica. She is a tome user, which I mean we've added two here, Celica and Micaiah, but she is also the only character in the game besides your player character, who's also an option that we could add, the summoner. But I just wouldn't, because they don't have an actual design. They just like have the hood over their face. She's the only one besides the playable summoner who can summon heroes. So for some of her moves, maybe just specials, maybe just all moves, she can summon like generic soldiers to pop out. Like maybe side B, it sends out at random, like, oh, it sent out an axe general. Oh, it sent out a lance cavalry. Oh, and they each have like different properties. Or maybe it's just set that side B is always a lance cav and down B is always the axe general or that type of thing. You can do something with the summoning mechanic to make her work and interesting. You wouldn't like summon a character to like come fight beside you because that'd be broken.
Yeah. Look for a move.
Alright, sorry, I have too many Fire Emblem opinions, and you have none.
I think we're missing out on the Pegasus still.
Who would you remove?
I don't know.
I guess Micaiah doesn't need to be there. I don't know. I feel like the horse, Sigurd's horse, like, is enough. The Pegasus would be the same thing, but like,
But fly.
it can fly. But like, how do you
Like
how do you implement that as a Smash character?
I know, it'd be like a giant Jigglypuff, but I don't know how that would work. You just have multiple jumps.
Like, I have thought about this before. Like,
Or a float, maybe.
I've been like, there should really be... Pegasus Knight is really something that should be represented. And it would obviously be Sita. But, like, does it work? I don't think it works.
Because it hasn't been done yet.
We'll put a pin in that one for the theoretical game after this one. We'll see how a Horse Sigurd works.
Okay.
And then the next game we'll do
See how that one went.
I mean, because you could add Sita not riding her Pegasus, but then, like, what's the point?
Right.
I mean, she'd be a Lance user, which would be unique if you didn't have F-Frame as part of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think when people speculate Fire Emblem characters, they get too caught up in, like, oh, you gotta have an X user. There aren't any X users. It would add so much. It's like, they just swing a weapon. It's not different.
Yeah.
It's not different gameplay-wise. Hector being an armor axe, that is different, because he would be very, like, bulky and slow. He'd be more Ganon-ish, but with a weapon.
That's where I think flying would be different, because we don't have a lot of options for that.
Yeah. It's just, the horse would be such a big character.
Yeah.
And it can fly. Like, obviously not full flight. Like, Charizard has, like, 3 mid-air jumps. And Ridley and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to make her look pretty small on the Pegasus, I think.
Yeah, but, like, Sita being, like, 2/3 the size of Marth would be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be odd. Like, Sigurd on his horse would be a big character. Maybe not Kraid big, but probably bigger than Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sigurd would basically be as big as Ike.
Right, I'm thinking you're peeking above the platform.
Yeah, you would be.
A lot. Yeah.
I mean, we could add Sita over Micaiah. Alright, let's do it. But only because I feel like a tyrant, and I want...
Wait, she has blue hair too?
Yeah.
It's like the same shade of blue that Marth has.
She's from a different country. She's
Really?
not related to Marth. Well, she is because she's married to him, but...
Oh yeah.
I actually have an Nendoroid of Sita. She's down there.
Where?
She's on the left, on the second from bottom shelf.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh, she gets both?
Yeah, she used a sword and a lance. Alright. Earthbound. Do you have any Earthbound opinions?
Porky?
I think Porky's a good choice. I would put him in the mech. Not as big as the Brawl boss, but... I think you can, like, that mech is visually small. You can do something like that.
Alright.
I think Porky's a good choice. And I know people love Masked Man, and he is fun in Project Plus. But I say you add Nin 10. You got the protagonist from Mother 2 and Mother 3. You don't have the protagonist of Mother 1? Come on.
He looks so much like Ness.
He does. They would have to do something about that. They can't just have Ness with his hat facing the other way and call him a different character, but... Yeah. So, in like a perfect world, they make a Mother HD trilogy in like the style of the Link's Awakening remake.
Okay.
And they redesign Nin 10 to look different, and that's the Nin 10 they add.
That would work. You see different, yeah.
I know. I'm
style.
shooting for the moon on that, but... If not Nin 10, I'd say Masked Man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, Kirby? Kirby opinions?
This is kind of tough, I feel like.
Bandana D's easy.
You put
Like-
Bandana D in.
Free. Character I'm a big fan of is Prince Fluff. Not that I'm a fan of the character, but I'm a fan of the idea of putting him in Smash.
I like to have a yarn or like a different Kirby form.
Yeah. Like, imagine if Toon Link, instead of being Link, was a different character representing Toon. That's kind of what Prince Fluff is. Like, you don't add Yarn Kirby, you add Prince Fluff.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of potential there. The third slots, I think the main contenders would probably be Marks and Magalore.
Who's Magalore?
He's the, spoilers, main villain of Return to Dreamland.
Okay.
And he's playable in the side mode in the remake. Another option is Adeline, just because I like her.
Yeah, I was thinking Marks, because he's been around forever.
Yeah, he has a lot of potential for a moveset. Look at the Star Allies moveset they gave him. You ever played Star Allies?
Not all the way through.
No. Well, Marks is really fun in it. I think Marks is a good choice. Pikmin. You play Pikmin.
It's hard to pick one character.
You know what? You know my thoughts already. I say Ochi.
I'm fine with Ochi. You don't pick an enemy.
No. What enemy would you pick?
I don't know.
Like a Bulborb? A burrowing Snagret?
No, I'm fine with Ochi.
The Plasm Wraith?
I guy that turns invisible and starts rolling on you.
Yeah. I think we don't add a new captain. Like, we don't add Louie. The reason, like, they didn't even make Alph and Echo, because they don't know what to do with another captain. They feel like they've done everything they can with Olimar.
They literally do the same thing.
Yeah, but Ochi, even though he is kind of a captain, and also he doesn't have arms, he's just like a ball with legs. I don't know, he has a lot of abilities in Pikmin 4. I think they can all be interpreted in different ways.
Just start carrying your opponent across the stage.
Oh man, imagine that, like a back throw. Like you grab, and the back throw is just kind of like you drag them a little bit. Just like that animation. But then you swing and throw them. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
What if the grab, a command grab? Command grab, you can gulp them.
Oh jeez. Does he gulp?
Yeah, there's a power-up that, he can gulp items to carry them.
Oh.
So, like, I mean, he can't do it if other Pikmin are carrying it, but if he's the only one carrying it, he just, like, gulps it and he, like, moves faster.
Huh.
And then he spits it out at your... Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ochi.
I think Ochi's the best choice for a new Pikmin.
Oh no, not Pokemon.
We can skip Pokemon if you want.
There's just so many.
Okay, okay. I have a little bit of a similar tirade to Fire Emblem on Pokemon.
Really?
So kind of like with Fire Emblem, we wanted to represent each game.
Okay.
I say we want to make sure there's at least one playable character for each generation.
Mm-hmm.
So currently unrepresented gens are Gen 3, Gen 5, Gen 8, and Gen 9.
Mm-hmm. We're needing Sword Dog, is what you're saying?
I don't want Sword Dog. Okay, first, before I get too far into it, I don't have a strong argument, but Raichu. We have Pikachu and Pichu.
No.
Add Raichu.
I think Raichu continues to be the forgotten.
Yeah, let him
exile.
Let him play.
Let him play.
Do you agree with Raichu?
Like, out of pity. I think Meowth would be a better choice than Raichu.
Okay, but I say we also add Meowth.
Okay, but that's two from the same gen.
That's fine. It's Gen 1. We can just do that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to add too many Gen 1 characters.
Like, I have Gen 1 bias too, but...
Let me make my Gen 1 arguments. I'm just going to paste Raichu over top of Pikachu. First. Where? Oh my gosh, he's so low on the list. But we do it anyway. You can have an Alolan form alt if you want.
Okay.
Raichu.
But they're so different.
It's fine. It's Smash Bros. You can do what you want.
Alright.
You can just let Raichu use psychic moves. Just cause.
Just because.
I would not want to make Alolan Raichu the main one. I think that'd be weird.
But it'd be cool to have like a slow, heavy Pikachu.
Which Beyond Melee Raichu kind of sucks. I wouldn't want it to be like that. But I do like the idea of Raichu.
Mm-hmm.
Meowth, because, like, come on.
Yeah.
I've said it before, I'll say it till the day I die. Put it on my tombstone. Meowth should have been in Smash 64 instead of Jigglypuff.
I think Jigglypuff ended up being the right choice, but yeah, he probably deserved it more.
Yeah, I mean, gameplay-wise, Puff, like, adds a lot, but, like, that's surprising because the main reason they picked Puff was because she was easy to build off of Kirby.
Yeah.
And there's one other Gen 1 Pokemon I would make the argument for, but it's Gen 1 with an asterisk, because I say Eevee. But you give them a mechanic that utilizes the other evolutions. There's a couple options. You could do like the Pokemon Adventures manga does, and they just evolve and devolve spontaneously. Well, forward air, they're a Jolteon. Up air, they're a Vaporeon. Or you do like some combination, like almost an Arsene, right? Like you have a meter that you build, or like at certain damage percent, you unlock the ability to evolve like once per stock. Like you always start as an Eevee, and then like down B you pull up like a Monado wheel, and you pick the evolution you want to be for the rest of that stock. And they all have pretty much the same moveset, but they're just like tweaked a little bit. And obviously elemental stuff. Yeah.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
I think you gotta add Eevee in some way. They're too iconic to not.
Yeah, I think it's... yeah.
But I don't think you add Eevee and it doesn't evolve in any way, shape, or form.
That would be sad.
Yeah.
His final smash evolves into all the evolutions and...
no. That's why I'm using this picture. It has to be all the evolutions. Alright. That's it for Gen 1 for me. And arguably, you could say those evolutions, oh, we already represented Gen 7. We're good. Although all those gens are already represented anyway. We do have a Gen 2 character in Pichu, but Pichu's like a baby, and also they're just Pikachu. So I think we should add a Gen 2 character that isn't Pichu.
Who would you pick?
There are some good choices. Like, I'd say Scissor's probably a good choice. But what I would want to do, and it is a very popular Pokemon, partially because of memes, but they're also just very popular on their own, and I am incredibly biased.
Oh, heck yeah.
I say we add Ferret.
Oh my gosh.
You want a little noodle just running around?
You don't have a noodle yet.
No, there's no noodles. We need a noodle.
There's Cat Dog.
Alright, I'm glad I don't have to argue for Ferret. Because I was prepared to use my my Iron Fist of I'm the streamer here, and I'm a Ferret VTuber, and I say we add the Ferret Pokemon!
Ferret's great.
It's kind of like Shy Guy. Like, it's an odd pick, but I think people would be so happy to see them.
Right.
It's
still pretty iconic.
The main downside is we just added Meowth and Eevee, 2 normal types, and we're adding Ferret. But, whatever. I'm not too worried about type diversity in this list. I'm
right, especially if Eevee's evolving.
More worried about... Yeah, Eevee by itself represents a lot, so I think we're good. Gen 3. Who do you think is the obvious Gen 3 pick?
The chicken.
I don't want to add Blaziken.
Not again.
No, we have Incineroar and Charizard. Don't add another fire starter. I say Gardevoir.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta, right?
It could work.
Like, kind of like halfway between Zelda and Mewtwo. Just like the elegant. You know, they probably have some trickster mechanics, kind of like Pokken. I think Gardevoir's too iconic to not.
No, Gardevoir makes sense.
And I know there are some connotations with Gardevoir, but we also have playable Lucario and Incineroar. Like,
we're in too deep.
I don't think they care about that. Sadly, I don't think a Glade alt works.
No.
Maybe Glade can be a final smash.
There you go.
Except it would be Mega Gardevoir, probably. Alright, Gen 4 is good. Actually, there is a Gen 4 Pokemon that I do want to add, but I want to add him at the end. Because you notice I put Mewtwo at the end, because he's a Legendary. So there's a Gen 4 Legendary I want. But we will talk about that later.
Is it Giratina?
No. Get out of here, 8-bit music. Yeah, here we go.
Music.
Pokemon music. So we need a Gen 5 character. Do you have any strong thoughts on that?
There's a lot of good ones. I think
Oh.
Zoroark would be really cool.
I feel like Zoroark's like too obvious.
Too obvious?
He's the Lucario of Gen 5.
Yeah.
I mean, you could add a Hisuian Zoroark alt, and that would be a cool idea.
Okay.
I
I don't
just
really like that Pokemon, though.
I do like Zoroark. I don't know. He just feels like, from what we have already, he feels like Meowth, but bigger for his moveset, you know? He'd be rush down slashes.
Yeah.
What else do you do with him? You can't really include his illusion mechanic, besides like a counter down B.
True. Be like on the game selection page, you like put it in.
Also, I forgot, there's actually another Gen 3 Pokemon I want to add.
Who's that?
As a nod to the biggest Pokemon spin-off, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I say we add Grovyle.
I think Suicune gets in before Grovyle.
Explain why.
Because Suicune is really cool and shoots ice beams and is a Pokemon in a Pokeball. Like, already in the game.
He's just like Suicune and Pokken.
Yeah. True. And there's a crystal version. I don't know.
That crystal version is the strongest argument that Suicune has. Also, Suicune's Gen 2. By the
I
way.
know.
Don't you stomp on my ferret dreams.
I'd be willing to stomp on Raichu Dream.
Okay, we'll see.
With Grovyle. People love that grass type starter.
Yeah. I think Sceptile's tail is like way too big. Like, it just like, I say as the guy suggesting Kraid, but I think that big bushy tail just like, it doesn't fit on a Smash character. But Grovyle's like a little guy. He's very sleek. And it represents the most popular Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game that I've yet to play. I don't know why people like Grovyle in Mystery Dungeon. I just know they do.
Right.
Although, that does stomp on my argument for my Gen 5 Pokemon.
Who do you want?
So we have a fully evolved Water Starter in Greninja. We have two fully evolved Fire Starters. There's no fully evolved Grass Starter. I say we add another Noodle.
Do we need a Superior?
Superior. Zoroark's good too.
I mean, I like Superior too. I was just like thinking it would work.
One other option, and best benefit for it is it being a very unique potential character, and the inspiration is Pokken, Chandelure, and we don't have any ghost types, which is not our main goal, but it's a plus.
Yeah, I feel like Gengar represents a better ghost type for.
We have too many Gen 1 Pokemon.
I know.
I have done versions of this, and I have had Gengar in certain versions, so I get it.
But yeah, if we're trying to represent different games.
So between... I'll let you pick. Between Chandelure, Superior, Zoroark, what do you think is the best choice?
I like Superior.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, that does... It tramples on Grovyle a little bit, because they're both grass starters. I think we don't add two. Okay, we can add Suicune. But it's not It's not a big legendary. It's just kind of a little legendary, so it doesn't go at the end of the list where Mewtwo is.
Okay.
No, people would be down for Suicune. You're all right. We don't have any like big quadrupeds. I mean, I say as we're adding Ochi and Sigurd on a horse.
Yeah, but otherwise.
So that's like a unique new archetype. Screw it, we should just add Polterpup and and Poochie and Suicune. Just this is Dog Smash Bros. Actually. Super Smash Dogs.
Everyone getting kicked.
Although Suicune's actually a cat, but still.
So weird.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, I always think of them as the legendary dogs, even though it's so obvious Entei's a lion, Raiko's a tiger, but I see Suicune and I'm just like, that's a dog.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're all dogs. I guess Suicune's supposed to be a leopard.
Oh, does she have whiskers?
No,
Yeah.
it's a dog.
Yeah.
I mean, dogs have whiskers, but...
You don't think of that.
Alright, Gen 6 is good with Greninja, Gen 7 is good with Incineroar. If there are Pokemon from those gens you really want, we can still add them.
I didn't really play 6 or 7.
Oh, I love Sun and Moon. I think X and Y are... They're fun. They're better than Sword and Shield. So, Gen 8. I added some custom Gen 8 Pokemon in here, because there weren't any in here already. And if you could just think of any, I can add them. So, options I've added are Toxtricity, Hatterene, Grimmsnarl, Cinderace, which I don't want, and Calyrex and Alchemy. My favorite among those is Alchemy, but it does step on the toes of my Gen 9 pick.
Isn't the electric, like, cat Pokemon from Gen 8?
Toxtricity? Or not Toxtricity. Zeraora?
Yeah.
That Pokemon's not real, and you can't convince me that it is. I've never seen it in a Pokemon game. It's fake.
It's in Pokemon Unite.
No, it's not. I've never played that. Do you really want Zeraora?
No.
Okay.
Is it from Gen 8?
Yeah, it's the mythical of Gen 8.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Project Plus Remix did not sell me on Zeraora. I'm sorry.
Yeah, whoever. Or dog.
If Alchemy's out, which I'm making them out because my own Gen 9 pick. Let's just go to Gen 9 first. Tinkaton, right?
I love Tinkaton.
Tinkaton's such a good choice. Like, there's not really any debate on it. little thing with giant hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's so perfect. So you can see why it steps on the toes of Alchemy. Just like little guy fairy type.
Yeah.
Although it is also a fairy type, I think Hatterene is pretty cool. Although it is the same two types and about the same stature as Gardevoir. It is Psychic Fairy.
Right. Be kind of similar too.
I don't like Toxtricity. I think it's ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 8 just doesn't have good contenders. I could go Calyrex. I think he's a silly little guy with his giant bulb head.
Yeah. And the horse.
I'm not really big on Grimmsnarl.
People love Cinderace, though.
I don't want to add
I know.
Cinderace.
Kind of falls in that Electric Cat one, too.
I'd add Blaziken way sooner than Cinderace.
Why is he playing soccer?
No, I mean, I like Cinderace as a Pokemon.
You
But
just don't want
for
him to
adding the Smash, I just don't think they...
You don't think he'd be good in Smash?
No. It's another fire starter, and he's just a guy that kicks.
He'd have a projectile, though.
Oh no.
Kick.
A soccer ball projectile, if only there was a character that had something like that.
But it'd be a fiery one this time.
True, every video game does need a fiery soccer ball in it.
It's only an item now. Is Fire Soccer Ball an ultimate? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay. See, we already have a fire soccer ball. We don't need a Cinderace.
That's one of my favorite items.
Can we settle on Calyrex?
Yeah, that's fine.
I
More
don't.
Horses.
Even though I gave Sigurd his horse, I don't think you have Calyrex like always on his horse.
Really?
Like, maybe for, like, some special moves.
Yeah, but not.
Maybe for taunts. I mean, you
But
could
he's
if
more
we're doing
iconic on his horse.
it's potential. It's there. And even though we do have some legendary Suicune and Calyrex is also legendary, I say we add the legendary Arceus.
Arceus, not the Mischievous Paradox Pokemon.
Fluttermane?
Yeah.
Why would we add Fluttermane?
Because it's so good.
It's not a legendary.
Or you could do a Pokemon from Arceus.
Yeah, like Arceus.
I don't know, that seems too strong. But I guess Mewtwo would
Mewtwo's
be
in it.
too strong.
Mewtwo is so
Under
over the power level of what Smash Bros. Is. Arguably so is Ganondorf, but still.
Yeah.
I say we add... I love adding quadrupeds.
I know, we're kind of in this.
I think
Calyrex is.
I think Arceus is iconic enough. And his moveset can honestly just be just whatever the hell you want. He can just pull out magic doing whatever. He can flail his little legs around.
See, doesn't that seem like meh? Like that's what they did to Sora.
Sora's fun.
They just like give him. Yeah.
Sora's only annoying because of his side B.
Yeah.
Sonic Blade was a mistake. But aside from that, I think Sora's a lot of fun. Come on. Arceus.
Yeah. I mean, Arceus is a good choice.
Let's do it.
I just think it's weird not to add like an ancient or a paradox Pokemon.
Why? We don't have any Ultra Beasts.
I think that's kind of off too. I feel like you should have. Or are they too big, too strong?
Yeah. We could add a freaking. What's the tall bug one? Can't remember his name. Like the opposite of Buzzswole.
That's the queen.
The one that looks like Illumise. Not Illumise. Lusamine?
I have no idea.
It's probably in this list, actually.
It's Dunsparce.
That's it. Get out of here, Ferret. We're adding Dunsparce. Actually, we barely looked at their lists. I don't think Decidueye.
Yeah, I mean, he works, but it's not that exciting.
Mimikyu could work, but I'd say we'd have to get rid of Raichu for it.
Yeah.
I don't think you add both of those. I say Grovyle over Sceptile. I don't see Lycanroc.
He's so high.
Even though we're adding a lot of dogs, I just don't see Lycanroc.
No.
Blaziken. We can. Alright, do you want to remove Raichu for Blaziken?
Eh.
Eh? Okay, you have to have more. You have to have stronger opinions, or I'm not going to do it.
No.
Primarina is surprisingly high.
That's what I was thinking.
Poipole? That's weird. Deoxys, no. Buzzwole. That'd be kind of funny.
It would be.
Plusle Minun. I used to be a Plusle Minun supporter, but that's when we were only on like Pokemon Gen 4. It's way too late for them.
Right.
But it's not too late for Gardevoir. Zoroark. Genesect. Let's add the Pichu Bros. It's Pichu, but there's two of them. Scizor. I like Ferret over Scizor.
I'd rather have Weavile instead of Scizor.
That's not the same gen.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have Sneasel. I like Ferret though.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want to get rid of Ferret. I think we're good for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Unless there's someone you really want to get rid of for Blaziken.
No.
Because I will admit, Blaziken... The biggest thing against Blaziken is that he's a fire starter.
Like, our other firefighting.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, there are no firefightings in Smash.
Oh, he's Fire Dark, isn't he?
Yeah, Incineroar's Fire Dark. So... I don't know. It's... For the purposes of this list, there's the two things against him is he's another fire starter, which is so samey, and I think Gardevoir is just a better pick for Gen 3.
Yeah. I just think it's weird we don't have like a DLC Pokemon.
A DLC Pokemon?
Yeah, like some like brand new. For the Pokemon. Like our newest Pokemon is Pinkaton.
That's pretty new.
Okay.
What, you want to add Hydrapple? Because it's exclusive to the Scarlet Violet DLC? You want to add Blood Moon Ursaluna?
I want to add the masks.
I mean, I had Ogerpon on here. See?
Oh, see.
But I don't think Chikatun's a better choice for Smash.
Yeah, if you have to pick one.
We could add both if we want. I'm like, get rid of Calyrex for Ogerpon, but then we don't have a Gen 8 Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Which, as much as I don't like Gen 8, I feel like for this list, you have to have one.
Yeah.
You got it. I mean, I made up those rules, but...
No, I mean, it works.
Like,
Alright.
we did skip Fire Emblem Thracia for the sake of having Tiki and Sita, but it's whatever. Alright, that's enough Pokemon. Star Fox. Crystal?
Yeah.
Crystal, yes. I don't know. Slippy Peppy.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
They, Smash Remix kind of sold me on them. Where are they? Is there a better choice than Peppy? Like, I see Slippy, but... Andros doesn't work. Let's add General Scales. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna call Peppy and be done with it. Splatoon! So...
Inklings.
Hmm?
I
Oh.
like just the other options.
Well, this was before they were a character.
Hmm.
So I think Inklings was already in, but then when Inkling was confirmed, they just added as a new slot.
Okay.
So I say either Octoling or Off the Hook.
Really? All of them?
Well, Off the Hook is just Pearl and Marina.
Oh, it's not the Starfish?
No, not Deep Cut.
Okay.
Starfish, you mean the Manta Ray?
Yeah, the Manta Ray.
Off the Hook is definitely my favorite idol group in Splatoon. And I'd say they're probably the most popular.
Yeah, that's fine.
But do we add them over or just Octoling?
It's kind of like the elf thing. Like, are they gonna be too similar?
I think, I mean, functionally, Octolings are just Inklings again, but Inkling is a diverse enough character that you could just make them again, but make them entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
Have a Paintbrush side B, have a Gatling Gun neutral B, have a... I think just change what weapon it is for each attack, and you have a whole new character. You can keep some the same if you want. They can have the same Nair and up air, their little kicks.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit of an Isabelle.
Yeah, different specials.
And like, Off the Hook, Pearl and Marina, like, do they warrant being a duo character? Like, Eric and Ephraim, I feel like they add something. Koopa and Goomba, I feel like they add something. Does Off the Hook add something?
I don't even know how they would attack.
Yeah, like, you it's basically if you had to make Inkling into a duo, into a 2-in-1.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would they just be Ice Climbers? Would they just be Inkling with a slightly different moveset, but it's Ice Climbers? I think Octoling.
Yeah, makes the most sense.
I like Off the Hook, but I don't see how it works. Animal Crossing.
Alright, you got a lot of options.
I like KK Slider. Smack you with his guitar.
Yeah.
Um,
Then you could have Tom Nook.
Tom Nook. Yeah. You know, apparently he used to be a boxer.
Really?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember before they added Villager, people would always argue, like, Tom Nook should be the one in Smash. He he has a history of fighting. Look, and there's like 2 lines of dialogue in all of Animal Crossing. That he's like, oh yeah, I used to box. And they're like, look, see, he can fight. He should be in Smash. But I think Tom Nook is a more obvious choice than KK.
Mm-hmm.
So if you only had to do one, it'd probably be Tom Nook. But I like KK Slider.
Yeah.
There's no one else who's really in contention. Maybe Rossetti.
Right, he's an angry guy. I like him in Brawl.
Yeah. I missed the Rossetti Assist Trophy. It was annoying, but that was the point. It was funny. Alright, Xenoblade. Have you played any Xenoblade? Okay.
You'd have Rex.
No, don't add Rex. There's a total of 4 Xenoblade games, and only 2 of them are represented. There's Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles X, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Mm-hmm.
So Xenoblade X, you have like a custom character that you make whatever you want, and they're a silent protagonist. Don't add them. Don't add Cross, I think they're called officially. But the actual like main character of the story, even if they're not the playable protagonist, is Elma. So I say add Elma. What would you do? I don't know. I've played Xenoblade X, but I don't know what... Like, you don't add a skill. You don't give her, like, a big giant mech to fight with. That'd be ridiculous. As a Final Smash, sure, but...
Isn't that what Porky's doing?
Hmm?
Isn't that what Porky is doing?
These mechs are a lot bigger.
Okay.
These mechs would, like, fill up this room. Whereas Porky would still probably be smaller than Bowser.
Oh, okay.
In his little... I know this mech is big, but scale it down.
What about Riki?
Ricky's Xenoblade 1.
Oh.
No. Also, if we're going to add another Xenoblade 1 character, I say it should be Melia Antiqua. But we're not going to do that. So, Elma for Xenoblade X. And then for Xenoblade 3, the whole thing about Xenoblade 3 is, like, gameplay-wise, everyone exists in, like, pairs. And, like, the main 2 characters are Noah and Mio. And I think they make a really good 2-in-1. I'm basically going to clone the idea from Ephraim and Erica, but I think they justify it.
Okay.
Noah basically has Shulk Sword, but Mio has, like, 2 little disc things. I forget what they're called, like Chakram or something. So Mio's definitely the speedy one, and Noah's, like, the range one.
Cool.
So, I think they would work really well as a duo fighter. Same idea, down B to switch who's in front.
Okay.
Alright, we are on to Miscellaneous Nintendo. Unless you want a second ARMS character.
No.
Why
Should have
not?
been Helix all along.
You would pick Helix. It's not all in this list. There's Retro and there's Other. So, see anyone jump out to you?
Mach Rider.
That is an idea, and you've probably read that interview where Sakurai was like, we were considering characters with unique mechanics, and we considered Balloon Fighter and Ice Climbers and Mach Rider. And Mach Rider would, like, get on and off of his bike. Have you read that? Oh.
So that's way harder.
That is an idea, but I think something that is, like, more iconic that kind of treads on those toes is actually Excite Biker.
Okay.
Excite is actually a series, although I think the last one was actually like Excite Trucks on Wii. But still, I think Excite Biker's up there.
Yeah.
They would not get off of their bike.
Just keep zipping around.
Would I be able to make a full moveset for him? No, but Sakurai can. He'll figure it out.
He did it for Steve.
This one's very biased, but I'm gonna suggest Lip.
What?
Panel Dupont,
What is that?
aka Tetris Attack.
Oh.
This game where, like, you got little blocks you gotta match. Did you ever play Pokemon Puzzle League?
Yeah.
That is that. It's just
The
with a
game is
Pokemon
so
skin on
hard.
it. But Lip is, like, the main character of that. She is the owner of Lip's Stick, that flower item. One of Kirby's Down B's is, like, a garbage block from Panel Dupont. The little pink one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Lip's not a must-have, but I think she's a silly, funny, cute niche pick.
You'd rather have her than a Puyo Puyo character?
Puyo Puyo is known by Nintendo.
Oh. I mean, I thought we were doing third party.
No, this is miscellaneous Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
The competition for third party is way too strong. I would never add a Puyo Puyo character.
People love Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, but they're up against like Crash Bandicoot and Master Chief. Like, you really want to add Arl from Puyo Puyo? Did you even know that was the name of the main character from Puyo Puyo? I don't even know if I said it right. Yeah, she has like the big red hat with the little Puyo is on it. She has like blonde hair sticking out. She's probably in this list somewhere. Yay or nay to lip?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Balloon Fighter.
I thought about it, but like, what do they do?
They fight on their balloons.
Village or up B?
But always.
But always. I just don't see Balloon Fighter working. Balloon Fighter would be, you know, it's an iconic classic game, but I don't see it. I also don't see Takamaru. Game never released in English. It's a Zelda clone. It's probably a good Zelda clone, because people like it. But he's just Sword Guy. Like,
Yeah.
he's fine as an assist trophy. Project Plus Remix actually sold me on Sukapon. I think that'd be really funny.
I mean, he is really fun in Project Remix.
Yeah. He's so hard to use, but he's so goofy. Sukapon?
And the noise he makes, yeah.
Let's go. I think that might be it for Retro Nintendo. I don't see Prince Sable. I'm sorry, freaking... What's the game even called? I'm sorry, Mike Jones fans, but I don't see it. What is that game called? Drawing a blank. I know what it's called, but I can't remember. Let's add Urban Champion. Yeah. A potential... Alice is actually, like, a named character from one of the Balloon Fight games.
Oh, really?
She's, like... I think it's a Game Boy game called Balloon Kid. She's the main character of that. So if you have to add a Balloon Fight character, I'd say add Alice instead of Balloon Fighter.
Meh.
Meh. Alright, that's enough retro. The 3 retro picks is probably good. I did add in Ring Fit Trainee just for you, but I don't really want to add them.
No. So do Wii Fit.
Yeah, I think Wii Fit covers that fine. We don't need Wii Fit again, but different. I'd say Isaac is an easy pick.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Sun rep. I'm not even the biggest Golden Sun guy. I've played them, and I thought they were kind of eh. But I just really think there should be a Golden Sun character in Smash Bros. Chibi Robo?
I would like Chibi Robo. Swing that cord around.
Yeah. Get plugged, idiot.
Where are the Chorus Kids from?
Rhythm Heaven.
Oh.
And I remember there was like a leak for Smash 4. Like, they're basically on the list of characters that were planned for the game but didn't get added.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Dixie Kong was on that list too. And there were some others. I am pro Rhythm Heaven rep, but I don't think it should be the Chorus Kids. I'm gonna scroll down to find them. I think it should be Marshall. Just because he's like the menu guy for Rhythm Heaven. Like, his moves, you can just draw from whatever Rhythm Heaven minigame you want. Oh, the side B, he swings a badminton mat, like that one in Rhythm Heaven Fever. Like, you can do whatever you want with his moveset. But I just think the character should be Marshall. Have a named person instead of Chorus Kids.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think they would benefit from there being 3 of them. Like, oh, but they did Tekken 3s and you have to press the button in Rhythm. But you can just have Rhythm being a mechanic of the character with one character.
Right.
Marshall. I am very pro Advance Wars rep. Andy?
The other Fire Emblem?
Yes. It's very different, though. It's so hard to play Advance Wars after you've played a lot of Fire Emblem.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because, like, that's not how it works! Stop it! Just add them up here in the Fire Emblem section. I did file the Mii's under, like, miscellaneous Nintendo.
Okay.
Gives us 3 new slots to work with instead of, I guess we have to add Mii Mage and Mii kickboxer. Like, what do
Yeah.
you do? Dylan's Rolling Western. It is one of the more popular like eShop games for 3DS. I played one a little bit. I didn't really like it, but I know people do like it. What do you think about Dylan?
Yeah, I don't know what's he from?
Dylan's Rolling Western?
Oh, it's a Nintendo game?
Yeah.
Huh.
He's an assist trophy in Ultimate.
Yeah. But I didn't know he was Nintendo.
Yeah, he's not a popular enough non-Nintendo character to like make it in as an assist trophy.
Yeah.
I think the only like third-party assist trophies
Seemed like Shovel Knight.
is like Shovel Knight, Bomberman, Rathalos.
Okay.
And Dylan is not on that tier, but like as far as being miscellaneous Nintendo, I could see it working.
What about Dracula? Alucard, I mean.
Right, but from like
Oh, from...
non-fighter franchises.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because like there's Knuckles and Shadow and Dr.
Gotcha.
Wily and Zero.
Yeah, I think there's not a whole lot.
I don't know. I'm gonna scroll down. Rayo 1, I think Custom Robo deserves a guy.
You wouldn't do Wonderful 101?
I don't know why it's in this section. Wonderful 101 is not Nintendo.
Okay.
Because it
Yeah,
was like it was a Wii U exclusive, so that's why people thought that. But like they remastered the game and it's like on all consoles now.
Okay.
Nintendo would not do that.
No, like they did for Bayo.
Yeah. Ray 01, Custom Robo.
Sure.
I'm very pro Starfy. Little guy. Adam.
You put Starfy over Twintel.
Do you want another arms rep?
I mean,
We can do it.
Sad or Starfy.
I mean, we have one more slot.
Okay.
But yes, I do Starfy over Twintel. I do Starfy over a lot of these characters.
What is Starfy from?
The legendary Starfy, which is a mostly Japan-only series.
Mostly.
There was one game that was localized on the DS.
Was it good?
I haven't played it. He's just a little guy. I know the people that make that series, they also made Super Princess Peach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not the new one, like
Yeah.
the DS one. And the reason I even considered Dylan is because I've done this before and I kind of ran out of people at this point.
Yeah, that's fine.
So Dylan. Alright, third parties. We don't have to add second characters to everyone, but I have Sonic and Mega Man up front because they're the ones I feel deserve it.
Yeah.
So, for Sonic, what do you think?
You gotta do Tails.
Tails. Alright, Mega Man.
You don't do Zero?
Yeah, of course we do Zero. I just
You do
want
Mega Man X.
No. No, don't do Mega Man X. I don't think Metal Gear needs another. I don't see anyone in Rare that really warrants it. We have Banjo.
What about the Perfect Dark game?
What about it?
Isn't that rare?
Yep.
Isn't there a character that's from that?
Joanna Dark? Is that a character you want or a character that you know exists?
Is there a difference?
Yes. Alright. Sadly, I don't see another Sega character that's like big enough to make it.
It's pretty sad when Billy Hatcher's on the top. Or did
Yeah.
you add Billy Hatcher?
No, I didn't add him.
He's just the most popular.
Apparently. According
Beat
to
I.
whoever they pulled for this. Your neighbor Totoro for Smash. The Night Piece for chess. Miss Monopoly. Yeah, Starfy's good, but super easy. I've never played him. I should give him a shot.
I want Totoro now.
Hmm?
Totoro's not too big for Smash.
Totoro's an anime character. Totoro would be smaller than Kraid. That's for sure. I like Knights, but I wouldn't add them to Smash. Bandai Namco. Ooh, Lloyd Irving. Let's
From
go.
What?
Tales of Symphonia.
Oh.
Tales of is my favorite.
And that's a
JRPG
popular game.
series.
Really?
And Symphonia is basically the Final Fantasy VII of the Tales of series. He's basically Cloud Strife. but less popular, and also a way better character. Yes, Lloyd, yes?
That's fine.
Yay.
He's over Dig Dug.
Do you want to act Dig Dug?
No, but
I don't either. Dig Dug, I mean, people would recognize him. They would point and say, that guy! But
I'd rather have, what, is it Toto? Who's the little prince in the rolling game?
Prince of All Cosmos?
Yeah.
That is Konami, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's in here.
That would be a great character. It'd be like Steve, like every stage you're like rolling up something different.
Let's not.
The goal is just to move as much as possible.
That's a funny idea, but I don't think it would work.
It'd be better than camping in the corner and mining.
Ooh, Capcom's got a lot of good choices.
Yeah.
Phoenix Wright, yes?
Yeah.
I would say no to Joe.
He's so good at NBC, though.
That's okay.
His art style is so cool.
But you know who's even cooler? Amaterasu.
Yeah.
Let's go. I really wish there was a third Okami game. Why is it dead?
There's a second one?
Yeah, it's on the DS. It's called Okami Den. It's not as good as the first one.
Dang.
I'm not big on them, but I would probably add Dante. This is like a shareholders pleaser, you know?
It would be cool.
Leon Kennedy?
What's he from again?
Resident Evil 4?
Oh, yeah.
If you had a Resident Evil character, I definitely think it's Leon. But do we add a Resident Evil character?
Then we could add Tomb Raider, too.
Why are you always...
I
You've
feel
done this
like it's
before.
the same.
You're like, why add Leon when he can have Lara Croft? Well, they're not related!
They both look at stuff.
They sure do. I'm gonna put Leon on for now, but we can remove him later if we feel like it. Konami Bomberman! Yes?
Yeah.
So the thing about Alucard, because there are... The way this list works, because there are 2 Castlevania characters, we would have to add 2, not 1.
We didn't do that for Mega... never mind.
Didn't do it for what?
I was gonna say we didn't do that for Mega Man, but there's only one.
Yeah. See, Mega Man feels like it should have 2, so you thought it already did. I don't really see anything else from Konami.
There she is.
Alright.
Get out of here, Sora.
It's weird that Lara Croft is owned by Square Enix.
That is, I didn't know that.
Soma's your fave? He steals powers like Kirby? Oh yeah, if we did do Castlevania, we could do Alucard and Soma. But we're not gonna double out Castlevania's roster. I don't want to. I am a big Neku fan, but I don't know if that's a crowd pleaser. I am a big 2B fan. You know what? You can fight me all day. She's going in there.
The world ends.
What do you think of Neku?
I never played The World Ends With Us.
The world ends with you.
Oh, that's right.
You should. It's really good.
That's what I've heard.
And the sequel's really good too.
Was a sequel, not a remake?
There was a remake, but there's also a sequel.
Oh, okay.
So it was very bad marketing, actually, because they released The World Ends With You Final Remix, which is like the Switch port, and I think it's Switch exclusive. And then they released Neo: The World Ends With You, which is a sequel, but no one knew it existed and was a sequel because everyone's just like, oh, it's the remake. I already heard about that.
Yeah. Like, why is this on the eShop again?
It's such a shame because Neo: The World Ends With You is so good.
I'm not alone here. So I'm not alone.
With Chocobo?
No, they thought that too.
Oh, that it was the same?
Yeah.
No, it's a thing. It's horrible marketing.
Yeah.
They could add Chocobo. I don't know. I think for our list we're not gonna. Because then we would have to add 2.
Why wouldn't you just add Tifa? into Chocobo.
Could add Tifa and Chocobo, because we have Cloud and Sephiroth.
Yeah.
I don't want to, though. I think we're good on Final Fantasy.
I'm gonna add 2B and not Tifa.
Hmm?
Is it 2B and not Tifa?
Yes.
Fine.
What do you mean? I would add 2B way before Tifa. If it was a freaking Final Fantasy game, if it was a Square Enix exclusive crossover fighter, I would still add 2B before Tifa.
Wow.
Yes. I don't dislike Tifa Lockhart, but I'm not like a big fan. But 2B is freaking awesome.
2B is really cool.
Activision Blizzard. Ooh. I'm not even gonna ask you about this.
Yeah.
they just go. Do we do Tracer?
I love Spyro from Skylanders.
First of all, how dare you? Yeah, we're not gonna add Tracer. Where were we? Oh, okay, so
Activision Blizzard.
Hmm?
You skipped Blizzard.
What?
You skipped this section?
No, we were
Oh,
there.
whoa.
That's Crash and Spyro are owned by Activision now.
Weird.
Do you think Echoes of Wisdom Zelda is gonna be the next Smash? I hope not. I despise X character types.
There's gonna be 5 Links and 3 Zeldas
No, stop it.
and 2 Ganons.
Which, I mean, I like Dark Pit as a character in Uprising, but, I mean, he's an Echo, so he's fine, but I hate Young Link and Toon Link, okay? Quit it.
We're not putting Overwatch in here?
That's why I was asking about Tracer.
Oh, I missed that.
Do you want her?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
I wanted to bring her up.
I want to bring her up just to say that we're not adding her.
Yeah.
Sony. Honestly, the only one here that I really see is Kratos.
Not Ratchet and Clank.
Do you want to?
No.
Me neither.
But people love Ratchet and Clank.
I feel like
And Jak and Daxter.
I feel like if they're adding characters and they're like, they gotta add a Sony rep, even though they're not in this part of the list, I feel like it's Crash.
Yeah.
I feel like he does that fine. I don't know. I know people like Ratchet and Clank. I've never played them, but I don't feel that iconicness. I do feel that from Kratos, though.
At least currently.
Yeah, Kratos, big guy. Let's add Cole McGrath.
From what?
Freaking, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the series. I do know that he's in PlayStation All-Stars, and there's also Evil Cole as a separate character. Oh, what is that series? Anyway, Master Chief, yes. Infamous, that's the one. Thank you, Mona Pizza.
What's the guy in the bottom?
Miss Splosion Man?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'll be real. I don't know every video game.
By Microsoft?
Obviously, they're from Splosion Man. You got Splosion Man up here, and we got Miss Splosion Man. Never heard of it. Anyway, Master Chief, yes?
Yeah.
And then other third parties, they didn't feel like categorizing. I added Neptune myself, because I want her.
From what?
Hyperdimension Neptunia.
What is that?
Okay. It is a JRPG series. There's a surprising amount of games and like spin-offs and stuff. But it's basically, it's very meta. There's 4 nations, and the 4 nations are basically the 4 big video game companies.
Oh, I think you told me about this.
You have La Wii, which is Nintendo. You have PlayStation, which is Sony. That one's very on the nose. You have Neptunia, which is Sega. And you have Leanbox, which is Microsoft. And the 4 main characters are like the goddesses / queens of those 4 nations. Every character is a reference to something in video games, and most of the plots are about like video game history, but like in a very obtuse way. It's like, oh, this game was about the video game crash of '84.
Oh.
The main villain of the first game is called R4, who's named after like R4 in like letters like ARFOIRE, but she's named after the R4 spelled R4, which was like a pirate console.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like really obscure stuff.
Yeah, and there's tons of references. It is niche, but I think she would be a good pick because she like is about video games. And she's just a little goofball. The downside is Hyperdimension Neptunia has a lot of unnecessary fan service in it. So I don't know if Nintendo wants to touch that.
I feel like Bayo does too.
Yeah, that's a good argument. Like, if we have Bayonetta, why would we not add Neptune? Like, Neptune herself isn't really a problem. I guess she makes lewd jokes sometimes, but she's not like... Her character design is not an issue like Pyromithra.
Yeah, I feel like Nintendo's definitely loosened up on family friendly.
So that is my pitch for Neptune.
Yeah.
She does just use a sword, which is unfortunate. But you know, you can draw from whatever you want from the franchise. You can make her use other characters' weapons too.
That would be cool.
Do you agree to the Nep?
Yeah, it's fine.
Nep. I'm gonna put her at the end. She's like the Sora for this. I would, if I was in charge of this and I'm in charge of marketing, I would have Neptune be the final character. And most people would be like, what?
No way.
I think she's appropriate because her whole series is a celebration of video games.
It would be cool to have a character with different references like that. I think Rayman's an easy shoe-in, though.
Yeah, Rayman for sure. We don't even need to... We got 2 slots left. Although we could boot someone, like Leon, if we want to. I say Shantae. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Shantae over Shovel Knight.
We could add Shantae and Shovel Knight.
They're both so similar.
How so?
They're like indie games that just attack in a single direction.
Shantae does a lot of stuff.
Does she? Does she have powers?
Yeah. I mean, her main attack is just the hair whip forward, but
Right.
like, Mario just jumps on things, like...
Yeah, but he has so many different games that he references.
Shantae has like 5 games.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. She's more games than Shovel Knight.
Dang, okay.
And she's more old than Shovel Knight, and she has a strong history with Nintendo. She's not a Nintendo exclusive, but she used to be.
All right.
And she's like, besides Shovel Knight, she's like the only indie franchise that has spirits in Smash.
Yeah.
Song's bad. There we go.
It's like, yeah.
Yay, Shantae, let's go. Do you want Shovel Knight?
Not really.
Yeah, like, okay.
It's fine.
I think Shovel Knight is a great game, but I'm not like, you gotta add Shovel Knight. Oh my gosh, it's Shovel Knight. Look at him.
Kind of like Hollow Knight.
But with the what? How did it?
Aw, yeah.
When did that happen? How long has he been up there?
Always watching.
Did you notice him?
No. I thought one of the characters switched.
That was weird. Anyway, how did Big the Cat get up there? But the premise of this list, like, this is something we're pitching to Nintendo, is characters we want, but it's also characters that we think would make people happy. Like, I don't want Shy Guy, but it is a character that would make people happy, so I'm willing to let that go through, right?
Right.
So, by that logic, I say we do add Shovel Knight.
Right.
But I say we add Sans, and I'm gonna put him over Leon Kennedy.
I think it'd be nice to have an Undertale character.
Yeah, and that's 3 indie characters, but if you have a roster of 160, I think 3 indie characters is okay.
Right.
Yeah. That's it.
There it is.
Any changes you want to make? Any Pokemon you want to remove for Blaziken?
Oh my gosh. No.
Anything?
Right? I'm scrolling through my list. It looks pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not big on like Professor Layton. I don't think we add him. I don't think we add Travis Touchdown. I think Dark Souls can go Dark Souls itself. Ryo Hayabusa is an option.
What's that from?
Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's a big name in video games, but, like, who would I remove for him? Shovel Knight?
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up.
Jibanyan, I think, is a real possibility.
Need some Yokai Watch in here.
Yeah, Yokai Watch is very popular in Japan, but it's very dead in the West.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like put Jibanyan in like a back slot if they're like, no, we can't get the rights to Master Chief. Give us another.
Yeah. You throw in like Phoenix Wright or.
Yeah. Mew should be one of the Pokemon?
I'm not opposed to that, but we're doing even more Gen 1 stuff.
Well, if I were to get rid of anyone that we have, I'm not going to get rid of Suicune.
Get rid of Superior.
I would get rid of Raichu.
Raichu.
Raichu for Mew. I could see that. Mew is, like, the mythical.
Mm-hmm.
Although we do have Arceus in here, but,
Yeah. Pokemon are hard.
Pokemon are... We can't get rid of Superior because they're the Gen 5 rep.
Okay.
So, like, we could only get rid of, like, Arceus or Suicune or Furret or one of the Gen 1s. I wonder, how far do I have to scroll to get to Mew? I can just type their name, but...
How popular according to this list.
Yeah. They're not at the bottom. Alright. You know what, he could just be at the front. It's fine.
You no longer in the Pokeball.
He's free! Free him! And his side B should be that he throws a CD at you.
Turns into a bubble and just drops a CD.
Yeah, Mew's a good choice. Yeah, Pokemon ended up a lot different than what I have when I make it by myself. Yeah, let me like save this. I'm gonna save it over Melee.
Wow.
Because, like, here's the one I make by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's almost identical.
Yeah.
You got Gatorade and Hatini.
Yeah, I've had Hatterene.
Gatorade, yeah.
I did have Lana. I had Poochie. That's different. Order's a little different. But yeah, a lot of them are the same. But yeah, I did not have Mew. Did not have Suicune. Alright.
But yeah, sticking to the franchises, you have to get kind of creative.
Yeah.
Because all the main ones, like for Mario, a lot of the main ones are in here already.
What is this site called? This is actually not on a browser. This is a program that I downloaded. I forget. It's called Super Smash Bros. Roster Maker. If you just Google that, and one of the links will be in the Smashboards, you can download it there. It is, as far as I know, it is safe. But disclaimer, I did not make it, so if you get a virus, it's not my fault.
Why is he so happy on the bottom right?
Who?
Like next to the 95%.
I have no idea. I didn't realize that was even part of the UI until you pointed it out. Also, this thing on the right is just like random character suggestions. You can just like shuffle that. I'm still baffled. Where did Big the Cat come from?
Cause was he on Sega?
I mean, he was within Sonic. I must have like done it like when I did Tails somehow.
Yeah, cause he's at the bottom. Must have just picked him up somehow.
Yeah.
You'll have to watch through the footage.
That's so weird. Anyway,
Can't forget about big.
that is our roster that we're gonna pitch to Nintendo. They're gonna start incorporating them into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch 2.
It's gonna be good.
Yep.
I guess yeah, you could do a Baby Mario and Luigi. That'd be a good one.
I don't want to do that.
No.
Do I have to explain why?
Why?
Toon Link, Young Link, Dark Pit.
But they have a different moveset.
So would Paper Mario, but I argued against that too.
But there'd be a Mario and another Mario and another Yoshi.
You would have Baby Mario and Baby Luigi and Yoshi?
No, I said there'd be another like Mario and Yoshi rep, like together.
But we're good on that. I think Kamek is a good choice. I would just have Poochie over Shy Guy.
I like they were putting more bad guys in, like with King Boo and Kamek.
That's okay. Boffle, King Boo. I mean, Shy Guys and Goomba Koopa, they're just races, right?
Yeah, are they?
Yeah, they're just species that exist.
Okay.
They're good Goombas. Yeah, and I didn't mention it, but part of the reason I would go Vivian over Goombella is because I want that Goomba and Koopa. And I feel like you don't add Goombella and Goomba Koopa.
No, that's a lot of Goomba.
Keanu Reeves from Cyberpunk.
Whoa.
I'm gonna say nah. Alright, are we calling it? Last call?
Looks good.
Alright, we're pitching it. I'm typing up my email to Nintendo as we speak. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, Ferret out.
See ya.